Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. I just thought I'd give you a bit of an update on my journey with using the hitbox, learning the hitbox I should say. So, I think the last video I did was about 4 weeks ago, so it's been a bit over a month and a half that I've been playing with the hitbox. The Snackbox Micro I should say. I haven't been able to play every day because life's been a bit too busy, but you know, whenever I get a chance, I've been doing a couple of drills and do what I can. I've been confident enough to play online and verse a few people, and it's gone pretty well. I've versed some quite strong players and not doing as well as I would on stick. I'm definitely still handicapped compared to what I would normally be, but you know, I'm holding my own. I'm getting more comfortable. I'm still having a bit of trouble with the up and the down button, the up button in particular. But I'm getting there. Shortly after my last video, I actually ended up going to one of the offlines in my community, and I entered a tournament and thought I'm going to play on my Snackbox Micro. And pretty much through the whole tournament, my first game I'd lose on the Snackbox Micro, and so then I'd go and pick up a pad and use that and then get through. Not that I'm especially good on pad, but I'm just more comfortable on it, you know, if I don't have to have that extra layer of thought with every motion that I'm doing. So yeah. Anyway, we'll go into the game and I'll show you a little bit of what I've been doing, and then I thought we might jump on to Street Fighter 6 and have a look at just how the Snackbox might work on Street Fighter 6. Okay, so as per last time, as you can see, I've got it so you can actually see my hand and see the actual Snackbox Micro, so you can see what I'm pressing. But then to the right, I've also got what the game is registering. So for example, if I'm holding back and I tap forward, you can see it makes it go to neutral. Or as I've said with the SOCD settings I'm using, if I hold up and I press down, it goes to neutral, or down, I press up, it goes to neutral. I feel like I'm getting a lot more comfortable with doing a lot of the things like the Korean backdash and the Hayashida. Even the Nina specific stuff, so oops. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, so I think I'm kind of similar level there as I am on pad now, sorry, on stick, but it's just about that little bit of thought I need to do, so I'm a bit slower at reacting to things. Another big advantage I've noticed, so over the past 4 or 5 weeks, whatever it's been, is I've noticed that my left hand isn't getting as sore anymore. So initially, just I guess it's because of that ring finger movement. Got the ring just to make sure you know I'm talking about that finger. I noticed I'd fatigue very quickly. I'd get quite sore, so I couldn't even play a game or two without my hand getting really sore. But that's not the case anymore, and that's especially evident on this side, on the player 2 side. And when I've been playing both sides roughly evenly, just so I can try and get used to that. Oh. Not going to say I'm exactly even on both sides, but yeah. When it comes to the SOCD stuff, I'm using it for backdash a lot, but I'm not using it for forward dash. So regardless of what side I'm on, I'll double tap forward, but the backdash I'll often do that. Unless I've noticed if I'm doing like that kind of movement, then I'm just double tapping both. So I'm not doing the SOCD there because I need the quick movement, opposed to like if I'm going to go into a backdash, then I'll hold it. Or if I'm going from there, you know, then I'll do it. But if I'm trying to sort of, I guess, play that footsies game, play that spacing game, then I'm doing it like that. What else? The only time that I would do an SOCD for the forward dash is I do it in one of my combos, well, in one of my Ogi situations, but it's one I seldom use anyway. So, for example, that. I do it like that just because, I don't know, doing it twice in a row like that feels nicer. But if I was just doing it once, I mean, even if I'm just doing it like that, it doesn't feel different, it's just that's what's in my muscle memory. So, yeah. You've seen side step ones. I will quickly also mention one thing I've found a bit easier is doing that. So, not that I drop that much, but I find that much easier to do on hitbox. Like 100% success rate, 95% maybe. You know, much easier. What else? Oh, one other thing I didn't talk about last time was the SOCD of holding forward and going a quarter circle from back to down, which essentially makes it go from neutral to down forward. So it makes it a quarter circle forward, so you can do quarter circle forward motion. So for example, like that, but it's not quite in my muscle memory, but it makes it easier to get that if you're ready for it, because it means that you're not having to stop during the run. But yeah, that's something I have to get used to, and I don't use too much, but I do sometimes for wall carry. Okay, now the big one, butterflies. So I talked last time about how I was pressing the up button, and I still am. Before, when I started, I was deliberately holding the forward and doing it, so I was effectively doing the up forward motion, which is like what I do on stick. But I've now gone more for the habit of going for the neutral, and even though when I stuff it up, it means that you get the jump, as in if I start the motion too early, or that happens if I do it way too early. I found this is just better for getting my timing on player 1 and player 2 side. And this, I'm not doing this because it's anything fantastic to do, it's a little bit of an extra fail-safe for me because I don't trust my own execution enough yet. Now watch me as I try and do it in a combo, and I'm going to completely stuff up the combo because I'm recording. See? Yeah. And the other thing about doing the neutral is I found that's just helped me to time it. It probably makes me a tiny bit slower, but to maybe time it so I'm more accurate on both sides. Yeah, so my butterflies probably aren't as consistent as they are on stick yet, but I'm getting there. And with everything else in mind, it's going well. Yeah. That's it for my journey. So I'm starting to verse a few more people. Going well. So that's it for Tekken. I reckon we'll move on to some Street Fighter stuff. And
Street Fighter 6.
Well, Street Fighter 6 has only just come out, and I hope you're all enjoying it. I've liked the Street Fighter series for quite a while. I know I don't really play it much or show much of it on my YouTube channel or my Twitch streams, but I did play 5 quite a lot before Tekken 7 was more accessible. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited to have Street Fighter 6 finally, and the game is looking amazing. So if you like 2D fighters, give it a try.
Practice.
I think it just feels good, and I think it makes sense. Like the mechanics of the game, while some of it is kind of complicated, of course, it's not just cookie cutter easy, but a lot of it makes sense. Alright, classic controls. And sorry, Luke.
Let's get it.
What happens when you're the poster boy of the current game? Anyway, so things to do with SOCD in particular. So movement in general, I mean, you don't have the massive barrier of movement like you do in Tekken. You definitely got to be quick to do that like you can't hold it for a moment. Like Tekken's got a bit more leniency there. Doing most special moves, it seems to be quite lenient with registering. Jumping, I don't know, because it's jumping opposed to sidestepping, for some reason I'm more comfortable using the button down here to jump. I'm still using my left hand most of the time, but it seems to work fine for me. And then doing things like that, I don't really think the SOCD affects that, like... It feels the same whether I double tap or whether I SOCD. Yeah. I don't really know Ryu combos, by the way. I do know some of the other things you can do with SOCD, for example, is I can hold the down button and then double tap forward and I get fireball. I'm sorry, shuriken, DP. Which makes things like that a lot easier. But if I do that, I can't go into... No, because I'm not getting the forward. I can't get it. I can't cancel the DP into the level 3 unless I do the second one up to forward. But yeah, so I didn't get it. I did that wrong. And it's much the same on the other side too. That's definitely easier. Like, I find quite a few things easier on the hitbox.
What's wrong? Get up!
Yeah, I don't really know real combos in this. So I don't know. Anyway, so it all seems to work pretty well. We'll go on to another character. I'm not going to have any amazing tips here, by the way. I'm just sort of commenting on how I'm finding it, because this is kind of like an experiment for me of learning how to play a new version of the game, and then also to learn hitbox at the same time. I know with the SOCD change, doing down-up charge moves is now harder, but personally I find charge time doesn't seem to be as bad as it was in like Street Fighter 5. Yeah. So anytime I'm going to be using spinning bird kick, I don't think I've had it drop yet. So I dropped the medium punch length, but not the spinning bird kick. Yeah, it's... I don't really know how to do instant air legs in this. I don't know if there's a trick. There's probably... I don't know how to do it, because if I was trying to do a tiger knee, I'd... Oh. There we go. Just making new timing. So I'm just doing a quarter circle forward, jump. Yeah, see. Figured out on the fly. Doing those cancels, I mean, that's just a forward tap. What was that cool combo I saw? Actually, it was much cooler. Oh, it's not bad, it's No? Oh, is it heavy punch? Is it heavy punch? Saying this like someone was even able to apply at the moment. No, it's a medium punch. You can see my consistency. I'm not dropping anything with the hitbox. That is it, isn't it? Looks like it's a medium punch anyway. So close. So close. Oops. Here we go. I think that's a cool combo. But yeah, it's not taxing in any way on with me using the hitbox. And being able to sort of walk and just be ready to block low at any time is a pretty remarkable thing in this game. It's pretty valuable because blocking low usually stuffs up your hitbox. Not stuffs up, but it makes it longer, and then you're stuck so you can't move. While standing, you've got more mobility and
Feeling nervous?
you know, not as big a hitbox, not as vulnerable, but you've got more mobility. But sorry, what am I saying? But then the lows are so risky in this game, so rewarding in this game. It's risky to not be blocking low all the time. So being able to move and be ready to block low at any time, very valuable. Okay, one more character, and I'm sure everyone knows which character this should be. What's the other type of motions that we have in this game? We talk about charges, we talk about the Shoto called circle crash dash. But Zangief, 360s. I'm not great at this, I know I'm not great at this. I've tried 360s before on the hitbox, but I know that I can use my thumb on my right hand, and then I can do SPDs pretty easy. And he has a like a targeting as well in the ear. I can do it there too. That's weird. I can do it on that side easy. Why can't I do it on that side? There we go. So I think the difference there. No, I don't know the difference. What is the difference? I think the difference is the speed I'm doing the motion in, because I'm going through different fingers. Because if I slow it down slightly, then I'm getting it. Now the hard one though is so if you do it with a jump, oh, I can't do it. If I do it during a jump, here we go. The 720.
This is your last ride. Let's go.
I know there are tricks to this which I don't know. But one thing I did find was if you do it during like a dash. What I found for some reason was easier was to go do like a half circle back, a full circle back, full circle forward. And then it's just much easier for some reason. While if I do a full circle and like, you know, rotation in the same direction twice, it doesn't seem to be as consistent for me. I say as I just do it.
This is your last ride. Let's go.
Anyway, it doesn't seem like it's harder than this. It's much the same. But the nice thing is, God, I cannot talk. I cannot demonstrate. Because the nice thing is you can do it either direction quite well. But as I've shown before, for some reason if I'm doing it in the clockwise direction, I find it harder. But there's no reason I can't just do it in the anti-clockwise direction on both sides. Anyway, that's my talk about the hitbox and me trying to play Street Fighter. Second part of my journey of the hitbox. How are you guys finding it? Are you, I mean, a lot of you have been using it a lot longer than me. Are you finding the things I'm suggesting here or learning as I go valuable? Or are they all things you know? Do you have any suggestions for me on things that I should be doing or trying to focus on? I mean, now that my hand doesn't get sore by playing at all, really, I can practice for a long time. My only problem is I don't have the time. Also, if you guys picked up Street Fighter 6, are you playing it? Let me know what you think of it. What character are you using too? Alright, thanks guys. See you next time.